Hi, Westlight. Hope you're all doing well. I, like many of you, are probably experiencing a lot of different emotions during this pandemic. Sadness, fear, helplessness, anxiety, so on and so forth. And so today I want to briefly talk about how can we process through our emotions in a healthy manner. There's a saying that irrationality occurs when we become overwhelmed with our emotions. And while I believe this is partly true, I think what's more accurate is that irrationality occurs when emotions are unprocessed. And so I want to provide three basic ways where we can process through our emotions. The first step that we need to do is identify. I'm old school at heart, and I'm not as tech savvy as people like Kotz and Daniel. And so our first step, identify. You like that penmanship? That's good penmanship, right? I got that from my dad, not from my mom, but from my dad. So first step is identify. So we need to identify what emotion we're experiencing in the moment. So many of you know that I like the acronym of MAGS-D, and that stands for Mad, Afraid, Glad, Sad, Disgust. MAGS-D, M-A-G-S-D. Yeah, MAGS-D. That's how you spell. And so these five emotions are the five core emotions that we experience. And so a lot of times throughout the day I'm asking myself, am I mad, or am I feeling a variant of mad? Am I angry, resentful, or maybe upset? Am I afraid? Am I fearful? Am I anxious? Glad, sad, disgust, and so on and so forth. So that's the first step. We need to identify. The second step is, can we then experience the identified emotion? So if I'm angry, where do I hold my anger? Do I hold my anger in my shoulders? Do I hold it in my hands? Do I get shaky when I'm anxious? Am I sad? And when I'm sad, do I feel it in my chest, or do I feel it behind my eyes, or am I tearful? This not only pertains to physical sensations, but also our thoughts. What specific thoughts are associated with my specific emotions? Maybe when I'm sad, I start thinking dark thoughts, or I start thinking more pessimistically. Those are some associated thoughts with my emotions. The final step is then, once we experience it, can we then maintain that experience? Can we maintain it for a prolonged amount of time so that we can gather or glean what it really means? The question then becomes, is there an unhealthy experience or of a prolonged maintenance of emotion? That is, can we experience the emotion for too long, where we then ruminate, where we get sort of caught up in our emotions? And the answer is yes. So the question then becomes, how long do we maintain the emotion for? And the answer is, we maintain the emotion for as long as we can receive some clarity as to why we're experiencing the emotion. Where does it come from? Can we glean meaning from the emotion? It's also helpful to ask yourself, where are my strengths and my weaknesses in regards to this three-step process? So for me, I say I'm pretty good at identifying my emotions, but I'm not very good at maintaining my emotions. And that's because when I experience my emotions, I quickly want to move on and jump to the next emotion or jump to the next experience. So my growth edge is, can I experience an emotion and then keep it at a prolonged experience for me to gain some clarity and some insight into why I'm experiencing that specific emotion. I hope this helps during this time when we're all experiencing the pandemic. And I hope that this leads to not more irrationality, but more rationality during this time, and just a more healthier expression of your emotions. Blessings to you, Westlight. Stay safe, stay healthy, and take care.